Hello and welcome back to the A to Z of Managing People. Today we're on to the letter W, and W is for watch your words. The choice of words can influence people's perception of you and how your message comes across. So be really mindful of the vocabulary, the wording and the terminology that you're using and the emotions that they're likely to create. And bear in mind that some of them can create positive emotions, but there are others that can create negative emotions. So let's think of an example. The word problem. The word problem is a negative word, and therefore it can promote either fear or anxiety or put up a mental subconscious barrier in people's minds. So we can soften that by using words such as situation, challenge, opportunity, which are much more positive words and therefore leave the conversation and people's minds much more open. So let's think of a few more expressions that you might want to avoid. A very common one, both with your team and with customers, is saying yes, but. On the one hand, you're agreeing with somebody by saying yes, but in the next breath, when people hear but, again, that subconscious barrier goes up because people know then that they're going to get contradicted or the conversation is going to take a different direction. So when we hear the word but, it's like, okay, here comes the bad news. It's our policy or our company policy. People aren't interested in policies. What they're interested in is what they can do and what they can't do. So focus on, rather than telling somebody that they can't do something because it's policy, is tell people what they can do instead. You can't, you mustn't. Again, people don't like being told what to do. So offer suggestions or recommendations rather than being quite so harsh and directive about what people must or mustn't do. Telling people that they need to improve, they need to pull their socks up, they need to try harder. They're very vague expressions. So be more specific, because when you're vague, it can lead to misunderstandings and therefore frustrations later on. One final point to think about is people like people who are like themselves. So as far as possible and as far as it feels comfortable and genuine for you, try and match or mirror people's language so that it's a much better way of actually building rapport with people. People like people who are like themselves. So that includes the type of terminology and the language that you use. Now, don't do it if it feels really forced to you to mirror their language. But if you can, at least in terms of some of the vocabulary and the words that you use, mirror other people, it creates that rapport and it maintains rapport that bit better. So W is all about the words that we use. That's all for today. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.